Well, hello everyone. Victoria from CV here. I'm hoping you're doing fine. We are very, very excited because it's another Q&A day here for us. And we have a very special guest, as you can see. Olympic champion from Rio. Last season, he made his debut abroad. He played for Trentino and reached the super finals of Champions League, which was amazing. This season, he's playing for Cucine Lube Civitanova. They are looking for their quarterfinal matches, and I'm really happy to say welcome to Ricardo. Thank you for joining us. How are you today?
Hello, everyone. I'm good. We started the day with a sunny day, so for sure it's more happy when the colds arrive. So I'm happy today, and let's get started.
Yeah, well, I showed today that we had our Instagram exploding with many questions. Thanks to all the people who sent questions. It was really amazing to read all of them. We'll make sure that Ricardo reads them all and maybe he'll come around and answer them. I don't know. We picked up the best ones. So yeah, let's get started.
Okay.
Well, first question. You're super experienced and you met some of the best players on the court. You've played against them, but who is the scariest player you have ever met or maybe will meet?
Yeah, this is a tough question because we have a lot of scary players for different reasons. We have like some players that is like really aggressive all the time. We have some players that in the important moments they always shine. So it depends on the moment you have tough players. But let me see if I have to choose one, just one.
Yeah, let's try. Brazil?
I try to say one that I've played too much like against.
Okay.
I don't know. Like I can say maybe Simone.
Okay.
Because Simone is like for being a middle blocker to play against him, like it's always hard. You always have to pay attention. Now I'm lucky that I'm playing with him. But I play against him in Brazil. I played last year when I was here in Italy, and he's like a scary player. And so like for now, I'm really happy that he's in my team. But when you play against is a trouble. It's a really trouble.
I'm sure he will be laughing when he watches our Q&A.
Yeah, for sure. I hope he enjoy my question and can pay me a dinner.
Yeah, well, this kind of leads to the next question. Have you ever wanted to walk out from a match? You know, like nothing is going well and you're like, okay, I'm done, I want to go
out. No. First of all, because I love to be on the court. So I think this feeling to not be in the court is like almost impossible because I enjoy it too much. And I don't know, and I think when you are not playing a good match, the best thing, like also not only for the team but also for you, is when you can get over and inside the match you are like not playing good, and in the moment you get over it and start to play good, start to help. So when you finish the game, you finish and you say, bro, I was not playing good, but in the end I could solve the problem and start to play better. So I think we never think about it like, oh, I need to go out, I'm doing nothing. I think in general, the players always try to think like how I can do better, how I can solve this problem that I'm facing, how I can solve the situation. So I think the right thinking is that one.
Yeah, great. Well, maybe this can be an advice for the younger players in the teams where you're playing at, because one of your fans is making this exact question. What is your relationship, like connection with the younger players on the teams? On club level, national level, how do you help them?
I'm a person that like loves to give some advice to help, because when I was starting, when I was younger, a lot of players was doing this with me, and I know how important it is for a young player when a more experienced person give you some advice. It's always talking with you, always putting you up. So I grew up with this thing in my mind. So every time that I have an opportunity to say something that I think is helpful, or I have some advice, or sometimes I face the same thing that the young guy is facing right now, so I can share also my experience. So this is like, I think it's even better because I've passing through it. So when I say this, like, say, oh, okay, good that you pass and you solve. So I really like, So the young guys here in my team, I always try to say something, to give some advice, because we know that in the beginning is everything harder, and it's the best time to learn.
Yeah, well, maybe your fans also know that and know that you're a helpful person and that you've sacrificed a lot maybe to build your career. So another fan asks this exactly. What sacrifices have you done in order to build your career?
It's like we gave up of many things. When you are young, and you start to play in the national team, and you play all the championships. I think when I was younger, it's much harder because you see your friends going to party, going to some birthday, some weddings, and you always traveling. You were like in the hotels for a championship. So when I was younger, it was like harder to understand, to accept these stuffs. But I think it's the only way, not only in sports, in anything you wanna do in your life, you need to put your head, you put 100% on it. So it's like makes part of the life if you want to be successful and if you like to do this. So I love it to play volleyball. I want to be better. So I think it was the only option. And anyway, you don't have like too many free times. You have to sleep early. You have to practice. Some weekend you have games, so you cannot do to some place with the family, some friends. So on these times is kind of hard, but I do what I love, so it's not that hard because I'm doing also like one thing that makes me have fun.
That's a great message. And actually, another question that we get is comes in this line: is hard work always paid off and being rewarded from your point of view?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
because when I was younger, I was not like an amazing player, so I had to work hard,
Yeah.
really hard, and I think this paid off. So this is my lesson until now. I still working hard because I think that I arrived on this moment of my career working hard. So I will not stop right now until I rest my knee pads. I will still being this person, and I think that when you work hard, you deserve more. So I think I will still with this thinking until I retire.
Great. What is the biggest difference between playing for a club and playing for the national team? Asks another fan. I believe he was from Brazil.
Is for many reasons is different. First of all, like represent your country is huge. It's like I will be always a Brazilian, and you will not always be a part of the team. If you know what I'm trying to say. So represent your country is really important for this because you will always be like, I will always be a Brazilian. So for me, it will always be an honor to represent my country. But of course, it's also important to represent a club, a sponsor. So this is also really important. But I think on this type of thing is different because in Brazil will be forever. In the other teams, you can change teams like every year. So it's a bit different on this level. And also it's different because you have different times of practice. Sometimes with national team, it's just like really fast. Boom, boom, you just go play and come back. In the team, you have a normal life. You have the daily things. So it's different. It's longer. The season on the national team is like 4 months. And in the team is all the other rest of the time. So you be much more time on the team. So it's also this a different. And let me see. I think also like the championship is longer. If you play a championship, you start in October and then finish in May. So it's like it's going. In the national team, is always too fast. You always to be like ready really fast. You don't have time to start slow and try to arrive on the best shape. You need to arrive almost like in the perfect shape because you start to play, and every game will count fast to the final phase. So I think also this you have less time to prepare. So on this type of things is a bit different.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different rhythm, and different not lifestyle, but maybe the approach also to things. Well, thanks for the answer. I'm sure that the person who had made this question will be satisfied with this detailed answer. Next question: who is the best setter that you've played with, and who is, in your opinion, the best player on this position in the last 10 years?
This is hard because I'm a lucky.
I thought the same.
I'm a lucky person. I always play with good setters. My first seasons in Brazil, the other season, I always played with good setters. So this answer for me is really difficult. I don't think I can put just one. I played with in club and national team with Olympic champions. I played in the club with other like old Olympic champions, Olympic finalists. Now I'm playing with the Checo. I played last year with Janelli, the European champion. So it's hard to define one like the best set that I've played. I just say thank you because I always play with good setters, so I have my backs on the place. I always have good balls. And but if I can say one, the last 10 years, I think I have to say Bruno. First of all, because he's also like one of the best setters that I've played with, and also because I think he's the setter that won the most on these last 10 years in club and also national team. I think he's one of the only players in the world that won all the championships that he definitely can play. So this is also an amazing thing. So I think in the last 10 years, for sure, I have to say him.
Okay, great. Well, talking about Brazil, Bruno, and the national team, who is your best buddy in the national team?
I think Bruno.
Okay.
In the beginning, when I arrived in national team, I was in the room with him in the travels, in the where we practice. So since I arrived on national team, we create a relationship really good because we stay like for 6 years in the same room, every travel in Rio. So every time we were together. So when we are like also in vacation, sometimes we are together having fun. So like we create a bond really, really, really good. So I think like if I have say one player, for sure will be Bruno.
As I told you, many of your friends from Brazil reached out on our Instagram and they were asking you, what do you miss from Brazil besides your family? Because they know you are a family guy maybe and you miss your family, but what else besides from your family?
Yeah, on this moment I have my mother here. So
great.
yeah, she arrived this last week. So in this moment she came for my birthday. So in this moment nice. I'm okay with my family. Just miss my sister and brother-in-law. And what I miss from Brazil, first of all, the weather, because it's much hotter than here. But this is one thing that I already get used it. Some foods that for sure I will only find in Brazil. Like pão de queijo. It's like one of the most famous things that people that go to Brazil, like for national team or just teams, they eat and they love. This is one thing that like one of my favorite.
What is it? Sorry for interrupting. What is it for people outside of Brazil who don't know what is it? Can you just?
Pão de queijo is like a circle bread with cheese inside, kind of. This pão de queijo means like cheese bread in simple translate. And it's like amazing. It's like really simple, but it's amazing. And people that know it and then eat, like love it. The guys from TV Nova, we were in Brazil for the World Championship, and they were eating like every time fast. Every time the guy would need to cook like a lot because we are eating like a beast. And this is one of my favorite foods for sure. And also my friends, like. I've been living in Brazil since my 28th year, so I have a lot of Brazilian friends. I have a lot of things that I love to do in Brazil. So for sure, I also miss this time with my friends. So I think this is the most important things.
But you mentioned earlier that you love volleyball so much that also you moved across the ocean.
Yeah.
But we have people asking, if it wasn't volleyball, what would you have done in your life? What career path would you have chosen?
I think I will always be on sport. I've been practicing anything since I'm 7 years old. Like when I just made 7 years, I started to play soccer. It was like the minimum age to start to play soccer. So I started with 7 years, and then I started to do everything. I did basketball, I did handball, I swam, I did like almost everything. And I can say that I was kind of good on the sports. So I think like I have this thing for sports. So maybe if I was not playing volleyball, I was playing another sport. I don't know right now what I was doing, but I think that I will be going on this way. And if not, if I have to work with something from when I was young, I was always a person that loves math. mathematics.
Great.
So maybe I could work with something like related with this, but in this moment, I think that I will be landed to sports.
But that's very interesting because we had one girl asking, do you still write poems? And now I'm thinking, first, is it true that you write poems and maths, like literature and maths, they don't go along very well? So
yeah, it's like I started to write poems with I don't know 8-9 years old, like the simple ones for sure, because like young type of poems, and it's like I don't do like really often, but sometimes when I'm like traveling or when I just have something in my mind, I try to write. And one thing that I really like when I see a really good poem, when I listen to music, and you can see that like there is a poem on the music, I usually like the most the music. So it's one thing that I've been from a long time already. And the math in poem, you can see that it's like the poem is some poems you can use a math because you have like the numbers of the phrase, so you can count also the words. So you can also use the math on the poem. But I think it's two different words probably. Yeah, and I think I'm between them.
So there is some structures here also in poems you can
yes.
steal from maths. Okay, some really quick questions for the end of this Q&A. Do you have a nickname?
Luca, I think Luca.
Okay.
Lucarelli is too big.
Your favorite song?
Yeah, on this moment, my favorite song is one from Chris Brown that calls Questions.
Okay.
It's like from
Questions and answers.
Exactly. For this moment is a perfect perfect. I think this is my favorite song right now.
Your favorite dish? You already mentioned the pan de queso.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Pizza. I love pizza.
Favorite book?
Favorite book from Dan Brown. Is a writer. I love the books that he made. Also the movies after. He made some also movies from these books, and I love these books.
And last question: what do you do in your spare time, in your free time? Reading books?
No, I don't like to say this, but I'm not like a reader. I don't read too many books that I like. I prefer to read like informations in general than book. Like I like to know about almost everything, so I prefer this than books. But it's not my favorite thing. Or if I don't go out with my friends to do something. I like to be home, like playing something, to watch some movie or series, just like relaxing. Because in general, I'm always practicing playing. So when I have free time, I like to sometimes do nothing. So in general, I'm doing these things.
That's right. Okay, well, thank you very much also on behalf of your fans. Can you please send them one message, because one of the boys says, please ask him to tell us something, to send us a message.
No, I just say thank you for the questions. I'm a person that like I love the love that fans gives to us. I always say that if we don't have fans, the sports would mean nothing, because in like kind of we play for them. Like we love to do, but we play for the people, and I love the support. I try to retribute in the best way I can. So just say thank you so much for everyone, not only in Brazil, but around the world, because everywhere that I've played, I could see this good treatment with us, with me. So I just say thank you, and I hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you very much again. Good luck in Champions League, and looking forward to the next one. Thanks again, guys, for watching us, for sending your questions. Please don't forget to follow us, and because we have many actions coming soon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.